Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that most people know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, and we know as Fifi La Pew Pew. It says that on the side of the vehicle, and it was named, like after that, by one of the members. Well, this one is sitting on the west spawn of Airfield under the command of Running Hawk. Now, he's actually on the South America server at the moment, and as they have a shortage of players at the best of times, he's actually playing against a number of bots, yes, and the bots can be identified by the semicolons in front of their name. Now, you might think, oh, well, that's fairly easy to kill bots, except, of course, these bots tend to react much better than some human players do, and so they're quite effective. Not all the time, but most of the time. The 105mm light field howitzer that's mounted on this Char B1 chassis is capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 1.91 meters. And the best thing about this RT is the fact that it's got a very fast reload, 7.31 seconds, and it's very, very accurate if you let it settle on the target. You've got to let the aim dial in. It takes as long to aim as it does to reload. So if you are careful and you dial in on a target, you should be able to keep it tracked almost indefinitely until you kill it. Of course, RNG does come into it as well, and sometimes your shells don't go exactly where intended. But when they do go where they're intended, they can do a lot of damage, especially if they penetrate. Okay, Running Hawk's looking for targets, and we're now going to play a game of Bot or Not. Okay, we've got an M10 there, and that is a real player. Rounds out. First shell goes a little wide to the right, that's RNG. Dials in, rounds out. And it goes to the left this time. So he's going to fire another round. Hopefully this one will go straight. And it does, and it hit the target. There was no explosion. Going to fire another one in. This should kill him. And it does! And he's got his first kill and the first kill of the game. So he's now looking around for another target. And the only targets in sight at the moment are a VK3001H and an M5 Stuart. And they're both bots. Okay, he's looking to put a round into that M5. Oh, he stopped suddenly after he saw the T34. And that's what the bots can do. Sometimes they will fox you about what they're supposed to do. And he's lost a lot of hit points, that M5, so he is now basically a one-shot. We're dialing in on the VK, who pulls back just in time to avoid the shell. And there's the M5. Again, he's quick to move before we shoot. Almost as if he knew that we were aiming in his direction, and now he's hiding behind that rock. So you see, bots can actually be quite clever sometimes. Over on this side of the map, we got a DW2, and it means that Running Hawk's going to have to dial in on the target before he can shoot again. And looking around for a new target to aim at. Only the one kill so far. Oh, right, okay, we've got an enemy in the centre of the map. On Temple Mount, there's a T80. He's hiding behind the amphitheatre. Looks like he's trying to shoot at our M5 Stuart. Now, our M5 Stuart's a bot and the T80 is a bot. Okay, there's both bots here. VK3001H still. And the M5 Stuart. And he fires at the M5, narrowly misses him. Still on the M5. There's a Strodny Viz 39 just to his left. And that's a real player. The OI Experimental is a real one. And he gets a nice hit on him. And the VK's coming up the hill. He's hit the OI again. It almost looks like the OI is pushing the VK up the hill. And I think he is actually. I think the VK tried to back up there because of the KV1. And the OI said, no, you have to go up. Okay, Running Hawk's going out to the VK, who managed to move out the way just before the shell arrives. Dialed in, rounds out. Just misses to the left. He was thinking about going after the Strodny, but unfortunately we've lost the KV-1 on our team. Now the KV-1 was, I believe, a real player. We're now going after a VK. That's the bot. Here he comes. Rounds out. Misses. Can he get a hit? Lead the target. Let it dial in and rounds out. Yes, they got a hit. 123 this time. The Panzer Mark 4H. That's a real player as well. He fires one at him. Gets a lovely hit. 204. Going back to the VK. The guy's pulling back. He fires a round in and another hit. So one thing that's really good about the Fifi is that you can get this accuracy if you fully dial in and you focus and you're nice and relaxed, not too panicky, don't make jerky movements, and you can track where the enemy's going. And oh my god, he used the heat round to take out that Panzer Mark 4H. The heat rounds will do 350 alpha and they penetrate 104mm of armor, and he's loaded another heat round right away. Now, heat rounds are expensive. They do cost a lot of credits. I think it's over 4,000, but they are very effective if they hit the target. They do a lot of damage very quickly, but you need a stationary target to do a lot of damage. Otherwise, yes, you make an expensive hole in the ground, as he just did. Will he get another accurate shot on target? He's dialing in on DW2. Another heat round. Rounds out. Yes! Another good hit, but a low roll. He's still loaded heat. Can he get the kill? Ideally, he wants a track target to aim at. That's better. Oh, kill! Nice. Now he's still loaded heat. Who's next? Is it going to be the VK? He's stationary. He's fully... Oh, well, he's not stationary now, but he is very slow. Rounds out. Oh, no, expensive hole in the ground. And we've lost sight of our targets because the only guy spotting up there is that B1. Now, it's very expensive to fire too much in the way of heat rounds, so you'll lose any profit from the game. And the OI Experimental's going down there to try and deal with the B1, and he just missed him. He's loading another heat round. He's going to run out soon if he's not careful. Fires another one in. Oh, big hit! 362. Potentially the high caliber. We lose the B1, who's our spotter. But he takes the VK out the game with his... third to last heat round. He's going after the OI. I think he wants the kill on that guy. Rounds out. And unfortunately, it's just an expensive hole in a wreck. It did hit the target. Now he needs to load an HE round for the Gorilla because I think a heat round would be just way too expensive. But he's still loaded heat. Rounds out. Yep, expensive hole in the ground. Would have been much better with a HE round. Now that guy is a bot. Strodny Viz 39 Czech medium tank. Strodny means medium in Czech, I believe. Over here we've got the enemy B1. Now it would have been nice if we still got some of those heat rounds because they would go through that thing very easily. But HE will do. Unfortunately that was a bit too short. Now he's looking around for closer targets, but there's not many because there's only 4 tanks left on each side. You can see the B1 because we've got some teammates nearby. A GW2 is in the South Pass. That shell almost struck it, but not quite. Rounds out. Direct hit. Non-penetrating shot, but it's still good. Okay, that's a bot. The M8A1 there. And, oh, he carefully stops just as we're about to fire. I sometimes wonder if the program knows that you're about to shoot and decides to stop a vehicle just to throw you off. There he is. Okay, line up a shot. And what is he doing? Very odd way of driving. But I suppose for a bot, that's perfectly normal. Okay, we're going to leave the M8A1, which is a bot, nearby. We're moving up. This might be a bit dangerous, actually, because if we do get spotted, we're likely to get shot at. Okay, he has got a shot on the M8A1, except for that tower in the way. Oh, going through the fuel plant does give away your position with all the big explosions. If there's a human player at the other end and the guy in the gorilla is a human, he should see that and know what's going on. In fact, he's the only human left on the enemy team. Unfortunately, he also has 2 kills, which shows he's quite a proficient Arty player. So far, Running Hawk potentially has a high caliber. I know that because there's a mod at the top of the screen. If you can see that, there's a little tick mark next to the high caliber mark. It shows that potentially a high caliber has been achieved. It only says potentially because somebody else might have done an equal amount of damage. And it's all about making sure that you continue scoring a large amount of damage. And with 2,497 hit points, I suspect that Running Hawk's already got another couple of medals as well. He's got 4 kills. There's 2 enemy left. If he can kill both of them, he will get a Top Gun. Now, one of the other good things about this Fifi is that it does have a very long view range, 390 meters. And supposedly the reason for that is that the gun is mounted very high up on top of the tank. And he can see that B1. The B1 can't see him. He's too far away. Okay, he's dial ahead of its target. That's it. Dial in. Rounds out. Nice. Did some damage. It's all counts. Try and get another shot in. Rounds out. Yes! It's always good when a target moves in a predictable manner and you can strike it. Rounds out. Another nice hit. He's tracked. He can't move anywhere. Next shot will kill. And it does. And now there's only 1 enemy left. It's the gorilla. That guy in the T-34 up ahead. He's got only 8% of his hit points left. And, well, if he comes across the gorilla will probably shotgun him. The gorilla only needs to fire around near that T-34 and he'll expire from fright. Well, not from fright, from splash, but yeah, if he can get that gorilla, then it means that Running Hawk will get the Top Gun. There's a bot. That's the bot that was sitting next to us for most of the battle. Why he's decided to destroy the buildings, I really do not know. There must be some program that says destroy all buildings. They must go. Now, if this guy is where we last thought he is close by. Oh, he is, but he's behind us. And he's looking directly at us through the gap. Now, extends the aim. Will he back up again? The T-34 is just down at the bottom. He wants that T-34. He does. The T-34 is trying to tempt him to come down. Ideally, we want him to back up, but if Running Hawk can get a shell into this guy, he gets a Top Gun. Oh, he misses it with the first one. Now, can you get another round in? Go for it. Yes! Top Gun wins the game. Excellent. Even the Fifi can fluff up sometimes. Even a good player can fluff up. But when you get a chance like that, you don't want to miss it. And he gets it. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tank of a Running Hawk in the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, only one of 2 in the game. Come on, Wargaming, get together, get your act together, build more premium Arties. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he managed to get 12, a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He got 6 exactly, but just look at the win rate from that game, 13,340. That's Super Unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at the team scores. He got 3,500 hit points of damage in that game. There was only 5 real players in the game. The rest were populated by bots, and it was a reduced numbers game anyway. But he still did the most damage. And the next high scorer was the T-34. That was a real player as well. 1,233 hit points to him. And the VK3001H on the enemy team. Actually, that was a real player. I got it wrong. And he got 1,017 hit points. When it came to kills, it was, yes, Running Hawk again with 6 kills. 4 kills went to the T-34 and 4 kills also went to the OI Experimental on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was Running Hawk again. He's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,314 base for him. 788 went to the T-34. And after that, it was the OI Experimental with 374 base. He fired 40 rounds in that game, got 20 direct hits and 6 penetrations, 17 splash. The reason he's got so many penetrations though is he used a lot of heat ammo during that game. 3,500 hit points of damage, of which 3,476 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 56. And managed to get 56 capture points in the cap before he killed the killed the gorilla. On a premium count, he earned 71,265 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 27,425 credits. He picked up 5 bonds for the High Caliber, and 1,971 XP for the battle, 788 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,759 experience points altogether. So you can see, playing on the South American server can actually be quite good fun. The tanks aren't as predictable as you may think. A lot of these bots do act very weird, very strange. If you're aiming for one, they suddenly stop just when you think that they're going to walk into your shell and they miss the shell altogether. It's almost like Wargaming knows you're about to shoot at them and forces them to do something very unpredictable so that you miss. Yes, dollars per minute, I think. Yes, I'm afraid Wargaming does engage in tactics such as Klaus mentioned in one of his videos, to try and put us off and not make it difficult for us to score hit points on the enemy. But a very good game there by Running Hawk, and it just goes to show if you dial in on the target, you can get accurate shots on them and get good hits and lots of damage. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thanks for watching.